Hi guys, long time no see. So I just filmed this video. It is a drugstore natural holiday look for hooded eyes. Just to make things simple, I already did my foundation and my concealer in the beginning of the video. For my foundation, I use the L'Oreal Pro Glow and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I mix these two. My colors are golden beige in this and nude beige in this. So I mix those two together, and that's the foundation on my face. And then my concealers are the only thing that aren't drugstore. I really just love these concealers so much that I don't like to stray from anything else. So I mix the Tarte Shape Tape and the Naked Skin from Urban Decay. And the reason I mix these is because the Naked Skin is too dark for me, and the Tarte Shape Tape is too light for me. And I find that in most brands I can't find the perfect in-between shade, so I usually have to buy these two colors and mix them together. So anyways, that's what's on my face in the beginning of the video, and then we do everything else together, and everything else in the video is drugstore. Anyways, I hope you guys like this. I am thinking about doing a series. I'm thinking about doing more of a daytime high-end look, and then doing a drugstore, and then doing a, doing a drugstore, like, night out holiday look, and a high-end night out holiday look. So let me know if that's something you guys want to see. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Bye, guys. Okay, so I just watched that intro and I can't believe how many times I said, if you guys played a drinking game, you'd all have alcohol poisoning. I will get better at that. Anyways, let's get into the video. So I did a drugstore video, and I started with the Rimmel London Kate Moss contour palette in Coral Glow, and I wanted to multi-use a lot of the products, so I started with the contour shade and I put that in my crease. I used a lot of really inexpensive brushes too. So the one I'm using right now is actually from BH Cosmetics. It's the number 12 brush. It's really big and really fluffy. It can be a tiny bit scratchy, but I actually really like it to blend out my crease, since I have a lot of like brow bone space. Sorry about that. So that's what I'm using to blend out the major part of my crease, and then I switched to a little bit of a denser brush, which is the one you're seeing right now, and that is my MAC 217. I'm sorry, that one is actually my Morphe R39 for the white bristled brush. So I'm using my Morphe R39, which is pretty much the same as the MAC 217. And I use that just because it's a little denser, so I could get a little bit more concentration of that color deeper into my crease instead of getting a softer fluff all over. And then I'm switching right now to my Sephora number 15 brush. It's the small shadow brush, and I'm actually using the highlight shade in the Kate Moss palette. And I actually love that highlight. It's really, really natural. So I had to build it up quite a bit on my lids to make it show up. I started by just using the brush and packing it on that way. And then you'll see in a second, I'm going to spray some Fix Plus on my brush and build it up a little more there. And then I'm actually just going to take my finger and press on even a little bit more with my finger. So it took quite a bit of building to get this to where I liked it. And honestly, once I got it there, you could just leave it that way. But I wanted to get it a little bit more intense. So once I finished with this part, I went ahead and I pulled out a Makeup Geek shadow, which I know you can't buy at the drugstore, but they're really inexpensive. So I pulled out one of her foiled shadows, and that's in the color Starry Eyed. Right now I'm just kind of picking up no extra bronzer on my brush, just blending out that highlighter shade. And before I pull out Starry Eyed, I'm highlighting my brow bone, and I'm just using that highlight shade from the Kate Rimmel palette again. So this is really like, you hardly need any products to do this look, because I'm going to use these on my face as well. So anyways, in just a second here, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Starry-Eyed shade. You'll notice in this look, I'm going back and forth between the bronzer and the highlight and the bronzer and the highlight, just to get like a really nice blend on these eyeshadows. Because since we're hardly using any colors, the dimension is going to rely completely on the blending. So here we go. I think I'm just about finished with this part. And here is the Starry-Eyed shadow. You guys will have to let me know what you think about the video, because I used the front-facing camera on my iPhone this time instead of the regular camera. And I wanted to do that so I could actually see what I'm doing in the camera, because it's a little hard if I can't see what's going on or if I'm in frame or anything like that. So anyways, I'm putting Starry-Eyed in my inner corners. And then I decided that I wanted to put a little bit on the center of my lid too. This is where I made a big mistake though, because I forgot that I had Starry-Eyed on my pinky. So then unfortunately, I ended up placing my pinky on my face later on in the video when I'm doing my eyeliner. And instead of using the Kate Moss contour palette, the highlight in there on my face, I ended up having to use Starry-Eyed, but it was a little bit of a happy accident. I didn't mind how it looked. So now I'm using the Infallible Super Slim 12-hour eyeliner from L'Oreal. This eyeliner is pretty good. It's a little bit hard to get a nice crisp line because it does bleed a little bit. But it is super black and it's super matte. So I really like that about it. So I decided not to go with a wing because I didn't want this to be too dramatic. I wanted it to be daytime appropriate and like work appropriate. So I didn't do a wing. And I actually really liked the liner that I did do, where it got a little bit thicker towards the end. And you could see I started blending out Starry-Eyed on my face because I got some on my cheek. But like I said, happy accident. I really liked how it looked. And now I'm using the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in Rose Champagne or Rosé Champagne. And I love this blush. Love it. It's so pretty. And it just makes your cheeks look really healthy because it has a nice little like shine in it. So we're blending that out. And then once I'm finished with my blush, I'm going to actually take the same brush that I'm using for my blush for my bronzer. And this is my favorite brush right now. It is the Morphe R36. The number is a little wiped away, but I believe it's the R36. And I love this brush for highlighting and for bronzer and for blush. So I need to buy a few more of them so I don't have to like keep mixing my products on it. But it really like airbrushes everything on. And again, I'm using that same bronzer from the Kate Moss palette from Rimmel. I really like the colors and the tones in it. I didn't want to use the blush because the blush was like a little too pink for me today. But it's a really pretty blush too. And then once I'm finished there, I think I'll be moving on to my eyebrows, which I didn't do much with today. For my eyebrows, oh, and for my bronzer, I'm adding that to my forehead and then a little bit under my chin and on my neck, so that way everything is cohesive. Normally I put some on the sides of my nose. I think I just forgot this time. Anyway, so for my eyebrows, I'm going to be using a L'Oreal product. It's the Brow Stylist Plumper. Because I wanted this look to be really natural in daytime, I just used that. I didn't add any powders or pencils or pomades, anything into my brow. Just the Brow Stylist. There it is. I use it so much, the letters are wearing away. And if your brows are a little bit more sparse than mine, sometimes what I'll do is I'll put this in and then I'll put a little powder in the really sparse areas. But generally this is good enough for me. So you do what's right for your brows. And now I'm curling my lashes. And this curler is from Shiseido. And this is my favorite eyelash curler. All my eyelashes fit into it when I'm curling my lashes, which is a huge problem for me. I have a lot of eyelashes and they're really long, and it's really hard to find a curler where all of them fit in. I used the Tarte one before and that one was okay, but this one is just way better. And it curls the lashes so easily, like so effortlessly. So I probably will never stray to another eyelash curler. I think this is my ride or die. So once my lashes are curled, I'm actually using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Voluminous Mascara, and I'm using it in waterproof because I can't use anything but waterproof or my lashes just fall straight and they look like horse lashes. So I have to use waterproof to keep the curl in my lashes. But this mascara is great. It holds up really well. It does make the lashes look a little bit clumpy, but I like that when I have like eyeliner and stuff on. It makes my lashes a little bit more visible. If I use something more natural, then you can't really see my lashes beyond my liner. So this is a good mascara. I really like it. I skipped my bottom lashes today, which I guess makes the look a little more natural. I'd like to say I did that on purpose, but I really just forgot to do my bottom lashes. So, but I don't mind it. It doesn't look bad to me. Okay, so now I'm doing my lips, and I'm actually just removing the Alouette Face Paint Lip and Cheek Tint in Blooming Berry. It's just a hydrating chapstick I have, but it leaves a little bit of a stain. And then over top, I'm applying the Baby Lips Color Balm Crayon in Toasted Taupe, which is super hydrating and super easy to apply. Just throw it in your purse and you'll have it ready to go. You don't even need a mirror when you apply it. So this is the finished look. I went ahead and I curled my hair and then tied it up in a ponytail, which is really cute and like daytime appropriate. And I really like how this came out. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you use it. Send me pictures if you try it out. And I hope you guys have a good holiday season. Bye.